No signs of people in the plaza. I'm pretty sure this is the same text every time. Last time. The heavens are high, the earth is wide, expressing life in song far and wide. The resounding song of joy, and the melody of kindness that overlaps prayer. Her performance doesn't falter even for a moment. The performer, as if welcoming her visitor, smiles for a brief instant. I sit down on the dilapidated pew. In the end, so as to not sink into this kindness, I shut my eyelids. Endless days spent deciding who to hate. The boundless hatred, however, was unable to decisively pick out anyone. That is the fate of the artificially formulated malice. Unable to become the demon they had hoped for, it reflects the image of humans like a mirror. All the evil in the world. What a joke. That's just another name for humanity. Look at the mirror you've created. All of our sins are fabricated by people. Rejoice, child of man, you can reproduce any evil. The malice is not what frightens us. What we continue to fear is the weakness of ourselves who enshrined it. Feeling joy in throwing rocks, numbing the feelings, paralyzing morality, and becoming something ugly. In this cruel world, we cannot live without hate. We will remain uncured for all of eternity. Looking into ourselves, we see a pack of repulsive carnivores. Our teeth bite and shred anything that comes in. As if no different from a tank of monsters, if anybody looked into the depths of themselves, they would vomit at the filthiness of living. And yet, the world is overflowing with beautiful things. Humans are overflowing with beautiful things. Who could deny that? Creatures simply of filth, defying their original purpose by continuing to suffer. A silent anguish, a contradictory contrivance of possessing both good and evil, the grating of gears becomes sparks that bloom and die. A small last hope, unreliable though it may be, that continues turning in the dark night. In this nothingness, to me, it was dazzling. What a misunderstanding. A self-righteous utopia. What's ugly is simply ugly. The only beings who manage to find beauty in ugliness are humans. And even that sentiment is washed away in the blink of an eye. But that's enough for me. If the radiance only lasts a moment, that is enough. In the midst of this eternally existing evil, if I could embrace emotion, even if it was false, then that light was real. That's right. Since antiquity, people have thought of the concept of stars as something they can depend on. I, too, reach out my hand for all eternity and continue to gaze at that eternally elusive moment. That's why, at the very least, while I'm still human, I like to do something human. I didn't leave anything. In this false void in which I could save nobody, I wish for some sort of meaning. I felt that it was beautiful. That's right. You are correct, Emiyashiro. Even if the sinfulness of your mistakes and sentimentality sears my eyes, I too wanted to yearn for something that I felt was beautiful just as you do. I just wanted to try yearning for it. There is a curtain of stars in the sky. The long musical performance ends, and a dry sound rings throughout the ruins. Crack, crack, crack. It isn't the sound of a fire crackling. The dry sound is coming from my hands. In short, I'm clapping for some reason. And while I clap, the woman before me stands up. Instead of the usual sour look on her face.
よかった。ご清聴感謝します。
For the first time, she puts on a feminine smile, one meant to bid farewell, no doubt. Seriously? She's always been standing there like she wanted something, and yet something so trivial was enough? So even a whim like this can make people smile, huh? I'm beat. Guess the one who needed the ability to read the mood was me all along.
よう、今日のは随分と長かったな。
That's Avenger's voice.
もうすっかり夜だけど、体は大丈夫か？
はい。今はあなたの心が穏やかですから。距離を保っていれば問題はありません。
そうじゃねえよ。何時間もペダル踏んでたんだ。単純に疲れてないかって話。
はい。体の疲れはありません。お望みでしたら一日中でも続けられますが。
へえ、そりゃすごい。すごいけど遠慮しとく。さすがにそこまで暇じゃない。
The few-hour-long performance left me immersed in my juvenile sentimentality. If I listened to this for 24 hours straight, it would surely regress to childhood.
しかし、なんだな。ものの見事に廃墟だな、ここ。
I look around the chapel. It's the only run-down place in the brilliant, prosperous city of Fuyuki. Among the all-inclusive cast, there's but a single person missing. Kotomine Kirei. He is the only one not included in this reproduction. Because in the Fifth Holy Grail War, that man, surviving until the end, was not a possibility included in any of the outcomes. On surviving the Fourth War, he was promised certain death in the fifth one. The girl before me took advantage of that to intervene in the reproduction. Kotomine isn't here, but the role of Holy Grail War Supervisor remains. That is how Karen Hortensia slipped into the vacant spot.
なあ、本当の4日間じゃないな。現実の方でも教会はこうなのか？
ここまで荒れ果ててはいませんでした。今頃は私が清掃をしていると思います。
なるほど。じゃあここにいるあんたは何だ？てっきり本人がやってきてるのかと思ったんだが。
私は本来いないものですから、実体として介入はできません。この閉じた庭にカレン・オルテンシアという要員を送り込んだだけです。4日間だけの限定存在ですが、その代わりにループやリトライの必要もなくこちらに存在できる。同時に4日間が終わればこの私は消え去ります。
サーバントみたいなもんか。紛れもなく本物だけど、召喚が終われば記憶の受け継ぎもできず消え去っちゃう？
そうですね。ここであなたと何を話そうと外の私には関わりのないことです。エミやシロイや遠坂凛といった元から存在する方たちには夢や既視感として記憶は残りますが、私の記憶はこの場限りです。
それって死ぬってことだよな。怖くないのか？
あなたは夢を見ているとき目覚めることに抵抗を感じますか？
ないけど。そっか、現実感が希薄なんだ。そりゃあらゆる時間にいればわけもわからなくなるか。ある意味ゴーストだもんな、あんた。
私は幻ではありません。お互い触れることはできませんが、私は実体です。あなただってそれは知っているでしょ。 何度あなたは私の爪に貫かれたか。
そうか。そういえばそういう関係だったっけ。ってことは今かなりきつくないか。自分で言うのもなんだが随分曖昧になってる。あんたには我慢できないと思うんだが。
今は特別に我慢をしていますから。私のことは気にしないでください。耐えるのは慣れていますし、あなたは弱っていますから、なんとか抑えきれます。
Geez, this relationship sure is a pain. Even though she appeared as a guide, she has a handicap that makes her unable to get close to the person she's guiding. I can't get close to her as anyone but Emiyashiro. And even that line has become rather blurred since I started coming to this church for no reason whatsoever. And then, silence. Somehow, my primal instincts tell me that things will become real bad if I keep talking. She doesn't seem to care. Up until now, it has been her who hated silence. Nevertheless, I'm the one who can't stand the silence today.
あのさ、オルテンシアってどんな意味なんだ？
I ask all of a sudden. I couldn't care less about the answer, by the way.
私の国の言葉でアジサイの花を意味しますが。
I get a questioning gaze in return. I don't really have anything to comment on.
いい名前じゃないか。
I say something I don't really think.
はい。母の顔は覚えていませんが、この名前は気に入っています。カレンという名も父の国の言葉からもらったものだとか。
I wish I hadn't asked. I was being sarcastic. Hydrangea flower. I meant that the image of snails oozily gathering underneath the leaves really suited her. Nevertheless, she smiled, saying it was beautiful. Enough. There's nothing left for me to say. There's nothing that I want to say. I didn't come here wanting to do something. I must be off. Any more than this, and I'll be leaving more than I should behind. I stand up. I turn my back as if tearing myself away from her.
なあ、俺はそろそろここには来なくなるけど。
There is no need to say it, no need to ask. So why?
あんたはこれからもそうやって生きていくのか？
Why am I curious about something I already know the answer to?
ええ。私はこれ以外の道を知りません。これが私の運命なら、その定めに従うまでです。
Hydrangea flower. A beautiful song of silver. An early dawn prayer battered countless times by rain.
表せるな。何？生贄みたいな人生でもいいんだ。
辛いですが、意味のある犠牲です。自分だけがという理不尽に嘆くこともない。霊障に苦しむ人が私の体で救われるのですから。
Only those other people will be saved by that. It won't be just the anguish of cutting open flesh. The organs destroyed from the inside out will become altogether useless. Those dull golden eyes, along with her right thigh, which is incapable of even running. Even her pliant fingertips still able to play a prayer. Sooner or later, they will all cease to function ever again. And yet she says she's fine with that. Accepting it all, just like some idiot I know of.
くそ。だから言わなきゃよかったんだ。
Man, right at the very end, she wound up making me realize it. I've seen this before. This woman has no color of her own, like a white flower. I feel her erratic breath on the tip of my tongue. I grasp the arm that is trying to escape, hold to the back of her head, and press my lips to hers as if biting down on them. Her legs kick the floor. I don't care, as if she'd ever overpower me. I entwine her legs and get closer to the beat. It's more entangling than embracing. entwining the woman's flesh, arms, legs and torso. Everywhere beneath her robes is soft. Pressing down, my fingers readily sink into her breasts, stomach and rear. Huh, I thought she would be skin and bones, but she's actually pretty fine. Our bodies press together. I force my lips onto hers, contorting the shape, and pour all of my foreign self into her mouth. No, don't! I grasp her jaw and force her teeth open. To melt her from the inside, I pour in my sopping heat. Though it is only a mouth, the fact that it's the inside of a living being does not change. We make sloppy sounds and exchange tongues. Our tasting organs greedily sample each other's fluids. Her breath is mixed with resistance and embarrassment. Though a truly feminine response, it's not as if I wished for that. What I wanted was desperate and meaningless destruction. I let our fluids bubble and entwine together, our tongues on the verge of dissolving. Wheezing from lack of oxygen, her attempts to breathe stimulate my tongue and send a numbing sense of lewdness down my spine. Raw. I tussle and get jaw-stilled in her mouth, pouring in everything and stealing away everything. There's neither love nor pleasure. It is simply an act to violate this woman, a pact to force her into submission. To a demon, intimation is that kind of a thing. To drag out her soul and to drive in my life force. Not to switch it out, but to stain completely. A sexual act beginning with a desire to destroy that human being. In the case of a creature who knows only hate, I guess you could call it lust. Please let go of me, I already said we can't touch each other. She struggles to untangle the arms that I've seized. It's not just an act of self-defense. It's dangerous to even stay close. If we keep touching like this, the woman's endurance will falter and she will likely pierce me through. Control yourself. It's not like you're some cat in heat. Stop getting all turned on by yourself.
あなたは何を?
Planning to do, or something cute along those lines. Not like it even needs saying at this point. What do you mean, what? I'm going to violate you now.
なぜ? 以前は望んでいないと言いました。
Who knows? Guess it's the same as an appetite, kind of like eating when you're hungry. It's simply that. Something finally snapped inside me, and I just had to hold this woman. I twist the seized arms. I hold the resisting woman to my chest. No, with you as you are now, my body, it will... Give in and murder me, huh? I don't care about that right now. If you're going to kill me, then kill me. If I'm going to die, then I'll die. I'm fine with it. Yeah, okay, you have to take what you're given, right? I'm like you too. We are two of a kind, and I'm going to have you keep me company one last time. I pick up her bandaged body and ascend the stairs. The woman seems to be restraining her body with all her might. Making no effort to resist my hold, she grits her teeth in pain. My mind fills with violent emotion. All the human reasoning I've managed to keep together until now is collapsing. Just as this woman holds back the effects of possession, I am stopping my mind from crumbling altogether. The woman's problem is simply her body. On my end, the issue is my troublesome heart. She's only concerned with the transfiguration of her body. The fact that I'm about to violate her doesn't seem to bother her at all. Like a harlot being sacrificed, complying with all desires. Your body's gonna split open, huh? Alright, it's a contest of endurance. It'll be interesting to see who breaks first. It pisses me off that I'm the one to say it. My brain feels like it would crack at the hatred and desire. If she says I can mess her up, I shall grant that wish. I climb the narrow staircase up to the woman's room. Just as I expected, the room is grey and lacking any interesting features. The woman idly falls into disarray, perhaps enduring the pain of being ripped from the inside, or maybe fearing the terror being introduced from the outside. There's no point in guessing. Regardless of which it is, the agony will only intensify.
つまんねえ部屋だこと。しかし、そうか。あの明かりはあんたの部屋のものだったのか。
She doesn't have the strength to resist either. The woman is desperately trying to bear the pain while being held.
そう上品ぶるなよ。あんた、ここから見てたんだろ。エミやシローが串刺しにされるのも、体中食い荒らされるのも、ゴムまりみたいな生首になっちまったのも。それを全部見下ろしながら、勝手に何を思っていた。何もしてない。なんてことはねえよな。何しろ、俺が死ぬ時は周りは悪魔だらけなんだからよ。
何が言いたいのです。
Her voice is hoarse. It's as if she's a feverish patient on the verge of death, and yet she cuts in despite that.
別に。あんたが低粛なシスターでないことは聞いてるんだ。非難してるわけじゃない。ただ事実を言ってるだけ。あんたは、ここからいつも殺される生贄を見て、一人で盛り上がってたんだろ。
あなたは。
Her face, which had been pointed at the floor, turns to face mine. Is this shame or anger? The woman glares at me, red-faced, looking as if she's about to cry. I throw her onto the bed. The ropes are in the way. They're just not very arousing when she's lying down, and more importantly, there's a nauseating stench of divinity about them.
いえ、エミやシロ、あなたは本当に。
The golden eyes show fear. After having her body be entrusted to others a countless number of times, what has this woman to fear now?
適当にやりゃ気が済む。
And besides, masturbation is your area of specialty, isn't it? Getting done by me pretty much falls under that category. I'm not sure about that. There's no objection. The woman does not oppose. My face itches with irritation. I scrape hard at my cheekbones with my nails and stare straight at the offering before me. Well, I think it's time for a cut. So, I'll see you in a second. The temperature drops. Having done the deed, I hurry to rebuild my broken shell. Thankfully, I had not gone all the way, so repairs should be complete soon. She seems to have avoided any fatal damage as well, and is looking at me with her usual sullenness. I am going to ask you for an explanation, just in case. Just what is it that you were trying to do? Nothing really, just a whim. I've done what I wanted to, so all that's left is to go away. That's one hell of a murderous intent. The sort of glare that would likely result in me being stabbed if there were any sharp objects nearby. Thus, it would be best to leave as quickly as possible. Well, just think of it as being bitten by a dog or something. Either way, this is the end. I won't have any more to do with you, so you could even think of this as a settlement. I leave the stone chamber. I retreat before having my true colors revealed any further. Stop. That isn't even an excuse. I'll change my question. Why did you stop? I thought I would be consumed at that rate. Gah, that's what you wanted? But I'm ever so sorry. I slipped out of consciousness, so I don't remember. What a disgusting way to avoid the issue. I was utterly foolish for asking. The woman lets me pass, clearly not in the mood to ever see me again. Now then. Before her mind changes and I get punished, I depart so I won't ever run into her again. Ah, but come to think of it, just what were you trying to do? A simple question. Nothing really, I just thought it would be good to be blessed with your child. A quiet reply. I force my suddenly heavy legs to move and go towards the stairs. Now that is a joke. I am the one and only. It would be a problem if there were more than one me. I agree, you don't seem to have any abilities worth recognizing in the first place anyway. That's for certain. I bring our final chance encounter to an end while smirking at the unforgiving woman's words.
じゃあな。いい具合だったぜ、
それはどうも。悔い改めなさい、けだもの。
With that, the guidepost upon the earth disappears. No more will I, the regular visitor, appear here again.